Welcome to the Mukilteo Football Show. My name is Miles.
And my name is Kirk.
The Buffalo Bills handle the Miami Dolphins 31-10.
Just a good old-fashioned Thursday night beatdown.
Yeah. Was this the score at halftime? I feel like nothing happened in the second half.
24-10. It was the pick six in the second half.
Oh, you're right.
That
you're
was
right.
it.
Okay.
That awful throw.
Neither offenses did anything. Tua struggled throughout the game and then got concussed.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the big story coming out of the game is Tua's fourth career concussion official.
Yeah.
And again, he did that fencing posture,
hand
brain
thing.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Just
that seizing up, whatever with the hands.
Amazon was careful to cut away and not show that.
Yep.
They showed the replay of the Bengals one too in the post game, and they cut away before the just the weird hand and just almost seize like thing. It's scary as hell. I don't think they're doing anybody any favors by not showing it, but this guy...
Yeah, they're trying not to show the kids that these are so brutal, I guess, and trying to have parents be like, yeah, my kid can play football. Because if you looked at Tua's first one, we had the fingers all crossed and whatnot. That's scary as crap.
It very much is.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay, but I mean...
But that happened down 31-10 after he threw a pick six, so he was playing crappy before that anyways.
Yeah, they had already lost.
Yeah.
That is not the reason the Dolphins lost.
Yeah.
Though the game did stop after that play.
Oh, it was over.
We did neither the Bills nor the Dolphins we just kind of went through a preseason motions after that.
It's like, let's just count this as a bye week. We're done.
Except for we, for some reason, had to have Devin A-Chain taking huge hits.
Seriously.
Late in the fourth quarter as Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are sitting on the sideline. Mike McDaniel, why?
I don't know. I mean,
he was hurt. He was like questionable coming into the game.
Yeah.
He's just getting blasted.
And I know Mostert was out for the game, but still, like, there's got to be another running back you can throw in there to take those lumps. So I don't know what that was about. Mike McDaniel, tisk. I want to stay on Tua though for a minute because this game is ultimately going to be one of the games that people point to as that he sucks in primetime. Yep.
And the stat line is really bad, even if he hadn't gone out, because it's 3 interceptions. Mm-hmm. How many yards did he have? Let's see here. I mean, 145 yards. So
which is decent compared to last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the 145 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. This stat line is going to be... I actually thought 2 of the interceptions weren't his fault.
I thought the first one, second one, he overthrew the guy. It was kind of a forced pass.
I feel like I think Robbie Anderson, make up your mind.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm going to say he messed up based on his just life choices.
Yeah, I think he just saw that safety coming, and he's like, there's no way he's throwing the ball here.
He was settling down, maybe.
Yeah, and then Tua already threw it, so it was too late.
Honestly, point is, we don't know.
We don't know, so it was just a bad decision on both their parts. So, and then the third one was obviously Tua's fault. He's off back foot. He wasn't even out of the pocket. It was going to be intentional grounding anyways.
Yeah.
Didn't get it out of bounds. Easiest pick six you're ever going to see.
Yeah. Arm strength issues again come up, and we just keep doing this with Tua. We hit the playoff game against the Chiefs, the Week 18 game against Buffalo, last year's Germany game against the Chiefs, the Eagles Sunday Night Football. It's just constantly been like when he's in the spotlight. They can't be
good teams.
Yeah. It's kind of getting to the point where you just talk about the Dolphins as a gimmicky offense, and they're like, the Allen Iverson Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
They're going to be legendary for their own reasons. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Tua's total numbers. But they're not really a threat.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, they're going to beat the bad teams because they've got the speed and the other teams are bad. They have holes on defense that you can expose. But when you play a complete team like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, Cowboys, you're going to lose to teams like that.
Though they did beat the Cowboys.
Okay, bad example, yeah.
Because the Cowboys are kind of the NFC's Dolphins.
Right.
Well, let's talk about Bills.
Yes.
Why do we always start with the loser?
I know. I mean, we just like ripping on people, you know? And I feel bad that Tua got the concussion and all, but we just got to clarify. He was playing like crap. They couldn't get anything going.
Heal up that brain, my man. And if you can't play, you can't play. Honestly, think about your later in life. I hope someone is telling him that.
Yeah. I think I heard 4th concussion.
Official concussion.
Official concussion.
Because remember, he had one right before the Bengals game in the previous game, and there's others.
5.
Yeah.
5, maybe
probably
6,
more.
and who knows what he had at Bama. So he's getting up there in concussions. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about the Bills because they played a good game. They really did.
Yes.
Like James Cook, whew, he looked electric today. Like they could not slow him down.
I was dancing. That's my 4th round pick. I know no one cares about that, but
we were happy.
We were happy. Just, it was like the first half bonanza.
Yeah.
It was just amazing for James Cook and his spark on the field.
Yeah. They had a great play design in the red zone for his first one. That little play action, then got it back to him.
Right.
And then that was like a 10-yard touchdown. He tiptoes the sideline. That's awesome. Yeah. They actually gave him a handoff on the 1-yard line instead of making Josh Allen do all the work.
Yeah.
And that was clean, easy. Like, he was wide open. He could have scored a touchdown from 90 yards on that play.
Yeah.
And then the last one that he got was even better. That was like, a 40, 50-yarder? Like, he just
right up the middle,
breaks through the hole and then just outruns Pryor, former Bill.
Yeah, Poyer,
yeah. And beats him to the pylon. Yeah.
Poyer, the Pryor Bill.
Yeah. There you go.
What you meant.
Yeah. But he had a great game. Get the ball to James Cook.
Yeah, he could have had a real crazy day if they had needed the second half at all.
Yeah.
That was, he had like 70, 80 yards and 3 touchdowns at halftime.
Yeah, if they needed more from him, they could have got it. They didn't even need him. But, for all this talk about the Bills needing weapons and they don't have these receivers and what are they going to do with the ball, James Cook is your first option.
Yeah.
They'll get the tight ends eventually, but,
This is like an exponential win for the Bills. It was both a good day. They ran the ball well. They're bringing in that 6 offensive linemen. They're doing these big jumbo packages.
Yep.
They're kind of taking on a new identity, kind of the opposite of the Dolphins' identity.
Yeah.
More like the 04 Pistons.
Just basketball
Why
references.
am I doing early 2000s basketball? I don't know. But this was like an exponential one because all of that gave Josh Allen kind of the night off.
Yeah.
Because he already got hurt against the Cardinals last week.
Yeah, he was a little banged
just
up.
Cringe about it, and he didn't have to play superhero, almost getting this extra bye here. He talks about how he's got the smart guy and the reckless guy inside of him.
Yeah.
The smart guy was allowed to reign, and now they've got 10 days till week 3. Like, I'm feeling really good about my Super Bowl pick, the Buffalo Bills.
It's looking really smart right now. We're talking Dolphins or Jets might steal that division from them. Bills might not even make the playoffs thing.
Well, I picked them to win a Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, but like, other
the
media.
Royal we.
Yeah, the Royal we. The Royal we. Big Lebowski shout out. Yeah. But yeah, did he even run the ball today?
I don't think so.
I don't remember Josh Allen actually having a scramble for anything.
Maybe he had one
simple thing. Yeah. Nothing big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love those games for Josh Allen, where he can just relax and let other people do the work. And then they have the Dolphins number, and they got the recipe to absolutely crush. They got the recipe to fry up some dolphin.
They do. What was the stat you said? 11-1?
11-1.
The Bills beat the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And honestly, that one was a couple years ago, week 2, also in Miami, when the Bills were just cooking in the Florida sun on their sideline while the Dolphins were in the shade.
Yep.
It's the biggest home field advantage in professional sports is those September afternoon games for the Miami Dolphins because the stadium is positioned so that the Dolphins are in the shade and the away team is getting the Florida sun.
Yep.
And the Bills still almost won that game.
Yeah. And that's
Should be 12-0.
Yeah, that's the only one in the last 13 games or 12 games there. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. That's a ridiculous stat. They know how to stop Tyreek Hill. They know how to stop Waddle. Defense played awesome today.
Yes.
Their strategy is don't give anything over the top. You try to yards after catch us. You try to run the ball. We just have everybody, once you've committed to whatever play you're doing, all these stupid toss sweeps they kept doing.
Right.
And then we'll just have everybody moving downhill.
Yeah. And they're moving downhill because they're blowing back the offensive line, too. Defensive line, that interior defensive line for the Bills, pushing hard.
Ed Oliver, massively underrated defensive tackle.
And there's a couple other beef boys in there. And I said when I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl, and how many times have I mentioned that? Just throwing it out there.
They're 2-0, okay? 2-0.
No one picked them to win the Super Bowl. I feel like I got to take my victory lap
Take it now.
But I said something else besides Josh Allen has to rise to an elite level, and I'm seeing both offensive line and defensive line off to a great start.
Football's always been battle of the trenches. So when everybody's worried about them not having receivers, they were building somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they've been getting younger in those positions as well. Von Miller had a good night.
Yeah.
I mean,
he got his
he got pressures, he got good sacks, he's got good hits. Like, yeah, he's looking good out there.
Yeah, he passed Dwight Freeney in all-time sacks.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's now 0.5 behind Derek Thomas, just behind Jim Marshall.
Wow.
They say he's 18th in total sacks, but that's because for some reason the official stat starts in 1982.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to Pro Football Reference, it goes back to 1960. He has moved into 26th all time.
Okay.
But passing Dwight Freeney, about to pass Derek Thomas, Von Miller is up there with the big boys right now.
Those are Hall of Famers we're calling out right now.
I had written Von Miller off.
Oh, yeah.
So to see him, he had a decent, he had a sack against the Cardinals as well, I believe.
I think he did.
To see him as just even a rotational pass rusher is really good for the Bills to get something out of that contract.
It's nice to see. Yeah, it really is.
Good news for Buffalo.
But, Bills total domination today. Awesome.
Mukilteo Football Show. This show is football. Everything. NFL history, legacy, ups and downs of a season. We got shows Sunday, Monday, and Thursday after the primetime games. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Well, what are we doing for the second part of the episode today, you might ask yourself.
I was wondering, Kirk, what are we going to do for the second part of the episode?
We got about 15 minutes to kill. Yeah. What are we going to do? No, so our Thursday shows, we're always going to go through and, talk through the Thursday night game. And then we're going to throw out three things in the format of a betting recommendation, basically. Yeah. Some over-under, some money line, some spread that we suggest you bet. Now, we're not professionals at all.
Yeah.
Don't trust us.
The betting is up to you.
If you trust us, you will not end the season with any extra money.
Yeah.
And if you do, before you leave the doors, you will blow it at the blackjack table out of excitement. Right. This is why casinos stay in business.
This is why they have those massively awesome big buildings. Like always expanding.
Yeah. That's why the lobby has gold pillars in it.
And we will not reimburse you for your losses.
So the point is, don't trust us in terms of your betting. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, right.
But it's a way to kind of bring about subjects that we just want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that was hard last year was we picked 3 games and we had to kind of stay in the confines of those 3 games. This way, we've each got 3 things, just blurbs that we want to throw out.
Yeah.
So why don't you start? What do you got as a recommendation for week 2 NFL season?
Well, I mean, I just got to shout out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The incredible underratedness of this team coming into the season, and after week 1 everyone's like, oh, the Bucs are good. This team almost went to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
they won a playoff game, it went to a divisional game, almost beat the Lions in their house to go to the NFC Championship game, and we're all like, they're not even going to win 7 games. That the disrespect to Baker Mayfield baffles me. And they're making fun of Deshaun Watson and Baker leaving Cleveland.
Yeah.
But they're not giving him the props for what he's doing.
The guy
in Tampa.
still exists.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still young. He's not even 30.
So you're saying that disrespect continues into week 2 here?
I do. They got the spread line 7.5. They got the Lions beating the Bucs by over a touchdown, and I'm like, no, dude. I'm picking over in this game, and I'm picking Bucs to absolutely get that spread. They might even win the damn game.
Wow,
because they look good to me. That's a veteran team. Mike Evans, single coverage. get on the ball. Chris Godwin looking healthy for the first time in like 4 years. He looks fantastic. Mayfield's just finding open one-on-one receivers. He's got all of these weapons. The trenches look good, offensively and defensively. Like, I don't know why anybody was sleeping on the Bucs. And in our pregame shows back in July when we were talking about them, we're like,
we were baffled.
Why are they so far down? And now that Mayfield throws 4 touchdowns in a game, and sure, okay, it's against the Commanders. We can, take off a touchdown or two. But
not like the Lions defense is like super defense.
Yeah, right. So I expect the Buccaneers to put up a fight in this game. They might even steal it. But to give them a 7.5 dog to the Lions is completely disrespectful. Crazy. Like, that is ridiculous. Mayfield's a good quarterback. He's even sneaking into top 10s in the lists I'm making. He's sneaking up there.
How many times have we been burned by Baker Mayfield, though? Let's just mention that.
I know.
We've fought this a lot.
He just seems calmer, cooler. He's just like, let's go out there and have fun. Yeah. He likes that he's actually got a line. He's got good weapons. He doesn't have to be fantastic.
Yeah, it does feel different. It feels like he's more of a team than just him.
He's just fitting in. He's not expected to be like, Josh Allen. He doesn't have to be that guy. He's got good weapons. He knows how to manage an offense. He's on a good team. Right. So let's quit giving him 7.5 dogs to. I know the Lions are good, but come on.
Okay. Kirk says Buccaneers plus 7.5.
Yep.
Take it.
We're going to be scoring some points, so you might want to take the over on that one, too. I know it's 51.5.
51.5. That's the highest over of the week.
I know, but I still think there's points in this game to be had.
And this is in Detroit. Nice, comfortable dome.
Beautiful field.
Yeah. I'll go over to my one that I picked against the spread, and it's Packers-Colts. Colts are favored by 2.5 because somebody is out there buying that Jordan Love's going to play this week.
I know. What?
Give me a freaking break. Listen, I can see right through this. You're the Packers. You signed Malik Willis, who's not even honestly backup material in the NFL.
No.
You've got to do something to try and gain some semblance of competitive advantage. And your best way to do that is to pretend that you may have a passing game on Sunday.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's the only reason they are pushing this Jordan Love. He might be okay, blah, blah, blah. It's Malik Willis. And if it is Malik Willis and the Colts are only 2.5 favorites, I will take that all day.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a field goal. When Jordan Love gets ruled out, it's got to go up to like 6.5, 7.5, right? I mean,
yeah, it should.
Yeah, and it's not like, I know it's in Lambeau, but we're in the middle of September. Like, it's not like we're going to frozen tundra here.
Yeah. And this is the Colts that almost took down the Texans last week.
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson, hit one more of the errant wide open touchdown passes. You know what no one ever talks about? Yes, Anthony Richardson missed Adonai Mitchell twice.
Yep.
Adonai Mitchell was wide open.
Yeah. He's open. He hits those.
This offense.
We got a whole different thing.
This offense has got some hum to it. I am really liking it. I didn't see anything from the Packers defense that showed me that they are any different.
No.
Of course, it's only week one. We're all, listen
and it was
to us.
Slippery
Listen
Brazil. I know. But it's week one. That's all we have right now.
Yeah, it's all we have. But this is about the betting line, too. I feel like people aren't calibrating enough here. I feel like that's an easy 2.5 to take. I think the Colts win this game. I don't think the Packers can win with Malik Willis under center. I'm just surprised it's that low.
I'm shocked at that too. Yeah. And I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't really looked it up, but I know Malik Willis has played quite a few games, even in Tennessee. I don't think he's thrown a touchdown pass.
Ooh, yeah, let's look
I think he has 0 touchdown passes in like 6 or 7 games, which is just disgusting.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm usually pissed while he's on my TV because it's just like it's a surrender.
Yeah.
It's like the guy cannot play quarterback. I mean,
he looks like a college quarterback having to play against like a really good like Alabama defense, something like that. And he's just like, no, you have to be able to throw the ball. You can't just scramble and run the ball all over the place, which is his first go-to. Malik Willis really sucks. They need to sign somebody.
He does not have a passing touchdown. He is 35 for 67, 350 yards, and 0 touchdowns in his career. Woo. That is 3 starts.
Man.
3 interceptions.
3 picks, no touchdowns. 0 passing touchdowns. That's a bad quarterback.
Yeah. He has played
That's a
3
lot
games.
Yeah. Started 3 games. He's probably come in as a backup in a few of those.
Those are the 3 starts. Yeah,
Tannehill
played in a total of 8.
In a few of those.
Played in a total of 8. So I'm
Colts,
that's mine.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and while we're ripping people,
okay, you going in? Yeah,
I'm gonna rip both these teams, Commanders and the Giants. This is a divisional game, so you think. Maybe these teams will get something going this week because they're playing each other and they're going to throw out some good plays and get things going. I don't think so. Both these offenses looked anemic to me. They look terrible. I'm going with the under.
Okay.
It's 43.
The under is 40. That's a low under.
That is a low under.
And you're going still under.
And I'm still saying under.
Okay.
Dingleberry Jones.
I thought it was just Dingle Jones.
Dingle Jones. I've added the Dingleberry now.
Yeah. We were discussing with my wife, Kathleen. Yeah. What's their name? Dingle Jones?
Dingle Jones over there.
Okay. Oh. Dingle Jones. Dude, Dingleberry.
He sucks. He's so bad. It's awful. Like, he got that contract.
Some hope for Daniel Jones.
I know, but like watching that game against the Vikings, I was like, man, he really sucks. He never really makes reads. Like, he is always a whatever the play is. Yeah. If it doesn't work, he's screwed. Like, it has to work every time. Daboll has got to be the perfect coach. He's got to call 60 perfect offensive plays for Jones to look good. Yep. And, I think I saw something about, him, since he's got that contract, he has more pick sixes than passing touchdowns. That's incredible.
How does he end up with pick sixes? So that one to Van Ginkel, it's not even necessarily his fault. It's a called play.
It's a called play, but he's the quarterback who has to read it. He sees what they're lined up
pulled it down.
He's got to audible that. Yeah,
read it before pre-snap.
Yes, and he has no pre-snap ability. He doesn't, make any second reads after he snapped the ball, unless it's a panic run. So he's basically he's just not a good quarterback. And you might be thinking, okay, we're harping on the Giants. They're not going to score any points, which is very believable. But you might be a Jaden Daniels fan, like he's going to score some points and get things going. Dude had like an average pass attempt of 2 yards last week. 2 yards down the field. Yeah. That's his average pass. Like, he's not throwing anything deep. How's this guy going to get his legs going if we're not even throwing the ball deep to have you even protect back there? You might as well put 11 in the box right now. This is ridiculous. Yeah. What they showed me was just nothing. They don't know what they're doing yet. I like Dan Quinn. I think he could get something going, but this is supposed to be a game where maybe they kind of have a shootout. I think it's the opposite. These two defenses just clobber each other into a field goal game because it's a division game, and both these teams really need a win to just get their fan bases happy about who they are.
Yeah.
And I think it's an ugly, ugly football game. I have the Commanders probably winning it because I'm so mad at the Giants right now.
The Commanders are at home. Maybe that's your tiebreaker.
Yeah. But there's not going to be many points. I can see people picking the over, and I caution you to say no. It's both these defenses are okay. The offenses are atrocious, and just get used to it.
It's hard because Jaden Daniels, fantasy-wise, is okay with those rushing
2
yards.
Rushing touchdowns, yeah. But he can't throw the ball. So the Giants have a good front, 7.
Yeah.
So they're going to be okay.
I would normally caution you against week 1 Jaden Daniels, but this is exactly the scouting report I had on Jaden Daniels. Yeah. That, he just does not have the passing pedigree. Maybe he'll get it, but he doesn't have it. Quick correction, this is not the lowest over-under of the week. That was my bad. Titans and Jets are 2 points lower at 41 over-under. Panthers Chargers are at 39, and Broncos Steelers 36 and a half. Not a lot of faith in Bo Nix / Justin Fields, maybe Russell Wilson.
There's
some low over-unders in this.
Which makes sense after last week's week 1, the quarterbacks, we weren't even getting 200 yards passing from half the league. Yeah.
I love betting unders in early NFL. So your kind of counsel to do that it feels right.
Yeah. Offenses aren't in sync yet. And defenses have caught up to the offenses now. Mm-hmm. This isn't just wing it up, their defenses are playing pretty dang well.
You mean there were a few years there where the offenses were really coming out hot.
Yeah.
That's not the case
where
anymore.
we're getting 40 touchdown passes a season.
Now we're back to the more normal. Defenses are healthy and cohesive at the beginning. Offenses are a little unstructured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's why I'm taking the under on the Sunday Night Football game.
Ooh.
The Texans versus the Bears.
Okay.
I think people want, so it's 45.5 over under. I just think people are maybe thinking like Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs are stars again because with the Texans. And then people are also thinking like Caleb Williams is just going to bounce back completely. That was a pretty bad game from Caleb Williams that they won. Caleb Rex Grossman Williams as he wins a game with special teams and defensive touchdowns like it's 2006 over here.
Good Lord.
It's crazy. But
they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, we are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook. It's just a little weird to me that Caleb Williams, who says he doesn't get nervous,
he looked nervous,
would have all these plays, these classic rookie plays. That I lost a little bit of trust in him because he said like, "Oh no, I'm already a star. I don't get nervous. You know, don't you all worry about me." Dude, maybe you should have calibrated a little bit more. You're taking these sacks like the Titans defenders from San Jose State walk on. Like that's an NFL player. You're not going to escape him in the way that you're trying to just keep going back.
Yeah.
A lot of the throws were missed throws.
Oh, he missed one open Keenan Allen down the sideline. Yeah. I remember that one was brutal.
And it's Sunday Night Football, and I just hedging my bet that if we're not going to get this exciting, brilliant CJ Stroud, Caleb Williams game. If we do, I'll be very happy. So it's a hedge.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Two young superstar quarterbacks. And I wasn't as impressed with the Texans as the score indicated. Stroud had a kind of a rough game. He made the plays when it counted, which I think is a testament to his, honestly, greatness.
There were highlights.
There were highlights. But he had a tough game, and good thing you got Diggs the touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't really involved except for the touchdowns either.
Yeah.
Nico Collins is a stud.
Nico Collins, that catch on the sideline on that third down, holy
he's a superstar.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's a superstar.
Get used to him being a superstar. Yeah. And don't overhype Mixon.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I'd really make this bet. I'm just hedging that I'm excited for these two next generation quarterbacks to go ahead, and the game's probably going to suck because that seems like it always happens.
Yeah. I can see this being a Texans kind of just get up and just hold them down.
All right, what's your last one?
Last one is should be game of the week. Chiefs Bengals. Everybody should be talking about this game the whole damn week. And here we are.
We're talking about it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're smart. We're a good podcast. Yeah. Sure. Bengals lost to the Patriots. Probably the most disappointing loss in week 1 by far. Mm-hmm. They should have won the game. They had a drop touchdown. They fumbled on the 1-yard line. They couldn't get the run game going. Chase hadn't practiced the whole training camp. Higgins hurts his hammy the week before. Weird. So you didn't really have a backup plan for that. But this is the Bengals. And if they went into the season and said, who cares about the Patriots? They had Chiefs. Chiefs is their first game.
Yeah.
That's what they had circled on their calendar. So the fact that they're 6-point dogs in this game, I'm just like, no. Like, Joe Burrow knows how to play against the Chiefs. And now they're 0-1. They kind of need it.
Yeah.
Chiefs are 1-0.
They're in Burrowhead Stadium.
They're in Burrowhead, and I expect a huge bounce back.
Okay.
Chiefs are good, but Bengals are going to come back. This is going to be a close game within a field goal, and I might even just pick Bengals to win straight up.
Wow.
Just money line, just Bengals, because everybody overhypes week 1. We're already kind of doing it.
Yeah, you have to. It's just part of our...
Bengals lost one game to the Patriots. We're just going to write them off as one of the worst teams in the league? No, this is a good football team. Chase is going to get back. He's getting some reps in practice this week. Who knows if Higgins comes back, but you kind of know what you got now. You're very familiar with the team you're playing.
Yeah.
And, Mahomes and the Chiefs, I've seen them lose early games in December where they're just kind of like, we're still figuring things out.
Yeah.
September, sorry. Yeah. But I can just see the Chiefs kind of putting up a little bit of a dud and the Bengals revamping, and they're both 1-1 and neither one of them care. They're just like, cool, we're 1-1.
We'll see in the playoffs.
Yeah, awesome. Chiefs are happy they made it through the Ravens and Bengals with 1 win. Oh. Bengals are happy they beat the Chiefs. We're 1-1. We're fine. Just don't discount Burrow this early in the season. It's just ridiculous.
Does it comfort you or worry you that this seems to be the same start that Joe Burrow has had the last 2 years? They seem to come out with a complete dud in week 1 and maybe week 2 as well. They've looked really bad at the beginning of the year.
I mean, it's cautions me. I guess, there's a slight nervousness about it. slight worry.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers sucks for week 1 every single year.
Yeah.
For his entire career. He has been awful week 1. So maybe Burrow's going to do that. Yeah. Maybe he's just like, this is our preseason game.
Yeah.
We'll just see if we win it or we don't. Whatever. I don't think he cares one bit. I don't think it affects the team one bit. RELAX. Relax.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, by week 8 or week 9, the Bengals are leading Super Bowl contenders both the last 2 years. Hard to remember last year that happened because then he got hurt. But by remember that Sunday Night Football game that the Bengals beat the Bills? They absolutely were Super Bowl favorites at that point. I was like week 8 or 9.
Right there. Bad start to the season. It doesn't, I mean, to them, I think they know if we're 2-2 at the end of September, we're fine. Yeah. We'll figure it out by then. So,
Agreed.
But I do think this is a game they really want to like put a staple on, like, hey, remember us?
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs, I don't think they really want it that much. I think the Chiefs are kind of already looking towards three-peat. They got away with one against Baltimore. They maybe should have lost the game. Just by an unlikely toe. But so I'm just seeing the Chiefs kind of riding that high and the Bengals being a little more angry. And they kind of come in there and they show them something. They say, hey, remember us, America?
Okay.
So, yeah, I like it. And by 6 points, come on. Yeah. Even if they lost by 3, I mean, like, they're not losing by a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That is a lot. That's a lot for a Joe Burrow team.
Just Bengals Chiefs, a 6-point spread. I mean, that's less than what we talk about the Colts and Packers. The Packers are starting Malik Willis for crying out loud. Like, what are we doing with this spread? So, yeah, come on.
Remember, the spread represents the way people bet, not just what Vegas thinks.
I mean, if you're feeling ballsy on it, pick the Bengals to win. Yeah, because nobody's doing that.
All right, I got one more, and I'm just going to make it real quick because it pales in comparison to Bengals Chiefs, which is an awesome game.
Yeah,
I think the Cardinals are going to beat the Rams. Money line bet. It's basically a pick 'em anyway. I think you have no idea how hurt the Rams are. Their offensive line is slaughtered. Matt Stafford, the adrenaline is rolled off on those ankle rolls. This is going to be bad. The Cardinals are going to win it.
No Nakua.
No Nakua.
And maybe 2 catches for Harrison this week.
maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. can get going.
Yeah. Cardinals almost took down the Bills, so let's not sleep on them.
You know, if it was their second half dud that maybe keeps this at a pick'em. Like the Rams are so hurt. They should be,
especially line, left tackle. They are bleeding.
Yeah. Their backup is on IR.
Yeah.
For left tackle. They also lost their left guard, who's also gone to IR, and they're trying to get back their other tackle, but they might not.
Well, one of them suspended too.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. So it's at the least 2 intended opening day starters.
Yeah. I kind of like that. That's a sleeper pick right there.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Week 2.
Yep.
You don't even have to watch now.
Completely blow your mind, and you won't even remember why you thought what you thought on week 1.
Exactly. It's just everything only lasts for 7 days. We'll be back here, be like, Daniel Jones may be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Dude, he's making great reads. Jaden Daniels hucking the ball downfield.
You can't doubt Matthew Stafford. Doesn't matter what the line's like. But that is honestly what happens.
Seriously, right?
All right, well, let's go get some zucchini bread. My wife was cooking the whole time that we watched this game.
Yep. Bills were frying up some Dolphins. Kathleen was cooking up some zucchini bread.
Waylon was throwing blocks and eating cat barf.
God. Good day. Good day.
Good day. Yeah. All right, mine is Miles.
I'm Kirk.
Good night.